Oh my goodness. Happy January 26th, everybody. I'm just sitting here having coffee, getting ready to jump in the shower. I had a brand new baby boy born last night, early in the morning, 3:58 in the morning, named Kublin. And that makes for three grandsons with my, three grandsons from my daughter Sarah. Yeah. Let me pull my monitor up, see who's playing with me today. I was thinking about playing with Rita before I jump in the shower. If I can remember how to use my computer. Yeah. There we are. No, nobody. Lauren, hope you're doing good. AD, Krug, Tom, Shell, all you guys. I haven't heard from anybody lately except for Lauren once in a while. But I got Rita here. She sounds close enough to play. Oh, it felt good. Oh, there's no drug like that. Yeah. Anyway, I just had a minute to kill. Yeah, I got company up for a handful of days. I've been working with Brandon, trying to give him some fertilizer in his garden. Yes, he needs fertilizer. Things are coming along just fine. I just put a blog on my main profile page, Permanent Ink. It's my recent journal entry on what I've been dealing with. That I think that will help other people think about stuff that'll help them with their life, because everybody's going through the same things. I see you, Jamie. Good morning to you, dear. Can't have coffee. I keep saying I'm going to take this Wellbutrin, but I'm scared. But if I choose to, I can't have coffee. Well, yeah, that's a hard decision to make. Well, I know they gave you the Wellbutrin to help curb some of the anxieties from coming off of the medications, right? Laying under the covers, yeah. My pigeons came up to see me this morning, the two frillbacks. Yeah, they came up here. They're back downstairs now. But yeah, sad, the baby died, so now I have to wait for the 1st or 2nd of February. the next eggs should hatch. Yeah, the next eggs should hatch. My screen keeps flashing green on my computer. I don't know why. It was sad. Yeah, it was sad. I cried over it. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I wanted him to survive so bad. It was going to be my first one. A special one with the curly feathers. Oh, man. Yeah. And to be able to have that on me, on a leash, they have these little leashes with a coat that goes on them, and you can take them out on the leash and they can fly around from your shoulder and fly around a little bit. And they also have pants you can put on them so they don't poop all over while they're flying around the house, pigeon pants. Yeah. They had me on all that stuff, Wellbutrin, fluoxetine, and Seroquel, and all that shit. And last, I don't know, about 3 months ago or so, I quit taking, several months ago, I stopped taking a lot of it. And I got to the point where I just quit taking everything. I don't take any of that stuff, none of it, because my removing all the distractions from my mind helped me to be able to focus inwardly, to be able to tune myself up in little places where I needed to. And I freed myself, yeah. So I don't take any of that, yeah. You know, the hardest thing for people to learn is to find the happiness that they're given to be able to have in the moment that they have, because we all die. Yeah, we all die. That's why it's so important to enjoy right now in the moment. With my birds, yeah, I just love them. I cry over all the animals. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard killing your own chickens. It's a hard thing to do, you know. I mean, it's not something that a person just goes out, grabs a chicken, and heartlessly kills it. You put a lot of time into growing it, so it's a special moment having to kill that chicken, to the sacrifice, you know. And all these civilizations before us, the sacrifice was a very important thing, and there's a kind of a celebration because of the subjection that you have to allow yourself to endure, to the pain of, okay, well, I just killed my chicken I've been nurturing, my buddy that sat on my knee, you know. Which is why it's important to separate one of the animals from the herd that you have an exchange affection with, like the hens that lay the eggs, you know. And that way you detach yourself from loving all those other ones so intimately, which makes it so painful. So you do have to have a separation to avoid the pain. You know, it's not, it's, you know, like me, I hunt. I go out and hunt. But it's not you know, it's a hard thing to do when you kill the animal. You know, so I only do it when I need to, when I actually need to. And lately in society, you don't even need to, because so many careless people kill the animals on the road. The deer, for instance, you know, I pick them up sometimes if I need them. Yeah, I thought the pigeon pants was funny. I can do it myself. I've been trapped in my head for 7 years. Yeah, Jamie, that's probably why we get along so good, because I spent a lot of time trapped in my head too, and sometimes still do get trapped up there, but I figured out how to keep it from happening. I do have my motorcycle. It's out in the garage. Oh yeah, Riley's in the garage. I'm not getting rid of that unless I can't afford it. Yeah. What was your plan for getting the pigeons? To breed them and sell the babies, or as a hobby? Well, as a hobby, a little frill. You know how a girl puts a ribbon in her hair? Well, I put a ribbon in my hair by getting the pigeons. And it makes me feel pretty. No, I added to my garden, you know, with the pigeons, caring for the pigeons. It's about, you know, more focusing on me and my environment, my little kingdom, my little world that I've created and separated away from the rest of the world. And my hopes are to, by having them, my hopes are to make other people want them. Yeah, that whole monkey see, monkey do thing, and the shiny thing, you know, and somebody sees the shiny thing. Well, the pigeons are one of my shiny things. And people around me will take notice and start talking about it, and they'll see them. And I'll be out in public with the baby trained, with the trained pigeon, and people will want them. Oh, I want one. I want one. And that starts a relationship rekindling in the family, I think. I feel like it would help stimulate the togetherness in the home, having the pigeon as a focal point to care for and stuff. And then that helps develop a better understanding of nature and a more conscious awareness about nature, I think. And it's very beneficial. They're in the basement, except for I got the two cockbirds, the piebald, up here in a cage. But I've got a pen downstairs that I made. And then here, when it warms up, I'm going to put the aviary together. And they'll be outside. I'm going to build a pen for them, a coop out in the garage. So it's going to be exciting. And then once I do get, you know, the other thing is because I have so much spare time, I am here all the time. This is my prison, if I allow it to be. So I was thinking, okay, well, I have the birds. If I turn the whole backyard into an aviary, I could do bird rescue, avian rescue service, and help care for birds and return them into the wild, because there's so few animal shelters that have space for more animals. You know, I thought, well, that would be a good thing. And that's another way to network in the community and become known of and get, you know, possibilities of people becoming aware of my writing and the music and things. So I do have a snowball plan of where things could go and where the opportunities are. And then, you know, eventually, yeah, be selling them, raising them and selling them. You know, especially a hand-trained, you know, get them hand-trained. They're very valuable. Once I do the work for them and actually train the birds, see, that's the hard part. And you know, it's not hard. That's the part that takes the dedication to maintaining that relationship, you know, developing it, training it, spending time and attention on that creature. And it's a very small amount of time. But it'll help get people away from the devices, I think. It's a one way. People do eat pigeons and eggs. Yes, they're very popular. America's the only country where pigeons are ignored and eradicated. They're used all over the world, and they've been used throughout history. They had pigeons that they sacrificed 2 pigeons when Jesus was born, supposedly. Owls would be awesome, yeah, they would be, but you gotta feed them other animals, so you'd be full-time getting animals to feed the owl. Unless he was a trained owl, went out and fed himself and came home at night. But that would be cool. Riley? Yeah. Yeah. You know, taking care of the pigeons is something else to do that will distance me away from, you know, thinking about, you know, financial worries, for instance. Because it's like, you know, with the thoughts that I have on it, it's like a little investment possibility. You know, it could grow into something. Like any investment, they're all the same. You know, it's all the same. It's a seed you're planting in the dirt. It's going to bear fruit eventually. And how well you care for it regulates the probability of how much fruit will be created. So it could end up being a big thing. It could be a huge thing. It might be a huge success. You know, somebody might discover my book and think it's valuable and want to publish it. You know, and I'd be an overnight bestseller. You know, anything could happen if I plant the seed. Yeah, that seed cost me $125 to get started, but I could have drank $125 in a week, easy. You know, or I could have spent that much on cigarettes if I was buying packs. So, you guys, it's all about perspective. That's what I've been saying all along. This whole little experiment, I've always been saying I'm offering different ways to look at things, because I am a very abstract person, and I have a different perspective, you know. I'm on a different tree that's a little taller than the other trees, and I can see farther. We're not allowed to have any animal like that, just dogs and cats, and my city's trash. Thinking about getting that kind of tobacco all on my own, it would be cheaper. If you're gonna smoke, I recommend it. I've said time over time, all you need is one of these silly little, things. These are like $6. And the bag of tobacco's not even 12, it's $10. And there's a couple cartons of cigarettes in there. If you're gonna smoke, Jamie, that's the way to do it. But there's an art to packing the machine. You have to kind of approximate the density as you go along and make sure it's evenly packed in there. Otherwise, they fall apart. You know, if the tobacco is too fine if it's ground down into finer powder, it crumbles and the cherries don't stay together, and you'll burn everything you own with cigarette amber. So there's a science to it. Once you master rolling cigarettes, you can roll a whole pack of cigarettes in less than 2 minutes. You need like the filters. That's why I buy these filters, tubes and filters. These are silvers, so they're what you would assume to be ultra light. I'm down to ultra light when I smoke, but my lungs are roached, so. Yeah. How are you doing with the, I go to a place that's called Wild Bill's Tobacco. It's a chain, a franchise. And then there's also a place called Cheaper Than Dirt Tobacco. Or not Cheaper Than Dirt, Cheap Tobacco. If you go put on your phone, type in tobacco shops, they all pop up. But they're downplayed because of the tax difference. But it says on it, don't buy, there's 2 different cuts. If you buy the bag that specifically says cigarette tobacco, you're buying up into a different class. This says pipe tobacco because of the way it's cut. It's, but this is the best as far as material-wise goes for rolling, the way it's cut.
I got menthol.
But you should throw a piece of bread in there, and orange peel or something to humidor it. I'm sure they do. I would bet that they do have that on the res. You're not on the res though? You're in town, or are you on the res? I'm talking to Jamie. I'll be right back.
So up to date, I hit up every house on this block. Nobody answered, but I did conveniently. I did our house, so it'll look really good outside. And I did a few other spots, but it was like I was called by walking around the block, so I figured I'd come home tomorrow. But I did a few little. It was good. I felt. Check the gloves. Yeah, I wore the gloves. Oh yeah. Yes, I have. But no, it was a few spots where I noticed I could just do it. But I was thinking maybe when we do the flyers, maybe we can do another flyer just for the snow scooping. And I just want to charge $5 a house.
Yeah.
That way I'm the, and they'll know I'll get it done quick, and they'll see our house, and you know what I mean.
Oh, no, I'm in the military city by the military base. Gotta drive. All right, go get. That's why you should always send them with a backpack with a change of pants. Change of pants, change of underwear, change of socks for a little kid. You never know. All right, dear, get out of here. Peace, love. You know, who cares? I gotta go too. I gotta take a shower. Drive careful.